I would love to sell this copy of Shonen Jump signed by Stan Lee, the late Stan Lee, and Hiroyuki Take. So why is Amazon telling me I can only sell it for $10? Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and I'm going to do a little bit of a rant of a problem that has actually been around for a very, very long time, and it's finally getting to me where it's like, you know what, I'm going to talk about it. I don't know if anyone actually talks about this. I don't know if anyone's complained about it before, but I'm going to do it. See, here's the thing. As much as I hate Amazon, as much as I detest them, I still have Amazon stores. I mean, I'm sorry. There's just so much you can sell on Amazon that it's almost e-commerce suicide to not have them. And I'm not going to tell you what they are because, honestly, it's so easy to get kicked off these things that I don't trust some of the people watching my videos. I think they would just, you know, buy something specifically to give me negative feedback and get me kicked off or whatever. Because if you watch my videos long enough, you know what you can do to get people unfairly. Well, anyway, so the thing is, I do sell stuff on Amazon, and I always sell things a little bit more expensive because of a profit thing. I do drop shipping. I buy discounted items. I buy stuff at Dimples and Amoeba that are out of print or at the Goodwill store. I buy stuff and I sell them. And once in a while, you will get a little nasty email like this. And it says, listings deactivated for potential pricing error. And it will say, hello, we have detected potential pricing errors in your Amazon.com product listings. We have deactivated the listings mentioned at the bottom of this message to prevent any negative customer experience. For more information on deactivated listings and to fix pricing errors, visit Fixed Price Alerts page in Seller Central. These will have all the inactive offers due to a pricing error for a seller. I love that term, pricing error. In order to reactivate your listings, please consider the following. 1, visit Fixed Price Alerts page by clicking the link above. Okay, well, you're always going to do that. 2, you can also go to Price Fix Alerts section in your Seller Central account by selecting Pricing, followed by selecting Price Fix Alerts from the menu bar. 3, update your offer price to a reasonable price that is in accordance with Amazon's marketplace fair price policies. 4, you can also consider match low price, suggested lower price, or buy box price. And yeah, we're going to talk about that. Please keep in mind Amazon fees when setting a price to avoid pricing errors related to extremely low prices or to prevent selling items at a loss. Yeah, this is a very, very ironic email. 6, you cannot list the items at a price in excess of USD 300,000 except for collectibles. If you have any questions or need help, click the Get Support link at the bottom of the Seller Central. For feedback about this pricing error, send an email to listingerrorfeedback@amazon.com. So here's the problem with, and we're going to leave this image up here for the time being so that you can read, because we're going to go through this. The first 2 numbers are definitely, you can throw them away. If you want to fix the pricing error, just go do 1 or 2 and go to the price. But here's the thing. Number 3, it says to update your offer price to a reasonable price that is in accordance to Amazon's marketplace fair price policies. Now, here's the first problem with this. I am a third-party seller, and I should be able to sell it for whatever I want. If I'm pricing it a certain way, I want to price it that way. And I don't think it's right for Amazon to determine how that's fair or not. And some people say, well, you don't want people excessively gorging you on pricing. And admittingly, sellers in the past have taken advantage of people when it comes to pricing. I still remember when eBay had to change the shipping options for DVDs, movies, CDs, books, and stuff to a flat price because people were putting movies up for like 99 cents and people were bidding on them, not realizing that the shipping was $40 or $50 sometimes, way more than what the actual item cost. So in some sense, it makes a little bit of sense to, put a cap on how much, but here's the problem that I see it. This definitely intrudes on a free market. Now, some people say, well, it's Amazon, it's not a free market. Yeah, but again, it's the marketplace. I should be able to sell it with whatever I want. And here's the thing. If it is priced too high, it will flat out not sell. You can't, for example, put a remote control on Amazon, and when everyone is selling it for $2, $3, if you put it on sale for $40, Does that look like you are price gouging? Yes. But is anyone realistically going to fall for it when there are so many cheaper options? No. And now let's look at number 4. You can also consider match low price, suggested lower price, or buy box price. The reason Amazon suggests this is because Amazon is all about low prices. Low, low, low. There's a reason that for years, this is a company that would make $20 billion and yet lose $300 million pretty annually. Like, imagine you're taking in $20 billion and you're not profitable. That's just absolutely amazing. It's because Amazon insists on low prices. So of course, this thing will be in there to push you towards that incentive. Now, here's the 5th thing. Number 6, we're not going to really discuss it. Well, maybe we will. But number 5 says, please keep in mind Amazon fees when setting a price to avoid pricing errors related to extremely low prices or to prevent selling items at a loss. Here's the problem with this. A lot of people actually, believe it or not, do sell their items at a loss, or they sell them much lower than we can. Unfortunately, on e-commerce, there are a lot of Chinese sellers. Chinese sellers will sell much cheaper versions of the same goods, and they can lower the price. And the problem is that if we're getting an authentic American-made item, then we cannot sell it for those prices. We just can't, or we will lose money. And yet Amazon's algorithm sometimes gets in the way of us being able to make money on that item to the point where we either have to sell it at a loss or we're just not going to sell it. Let's take this Shonen Jump issue that I waived early. Now, first of all, I'll just let you know, no, I am not selling this. I got this when I met Mr. Lee and Mr. Takai at a Shonen Jump event advertising Ultimo. It's very personal. I do not want to get rid of it. That said, I'm using this as an obvious example of where the algorithm can get definitely confused. So this issue, and you can find this on, like, well, at least the issue, not its sign per se, but you can find this on Amazon.com. It goes for somewhere between $5 to $15 depending on the condition. Now, I would not be listing this for $15. I would be listing this for hundreds of dollars, especially now that Mr. Lee is sadly no longer with us. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. And Amazon's algorithm might mark this and say, hey, that is not a $500 item. That is a $15 item. We think you're trying to price gouge us. We demand that you lower that price. And the thing is, no, it is not worth $15. But the thing is, even if you go in and you tweak it by just a couple dollars, then Amazon will still flag it, and there's no way, there's no option there for it to be, oh no, the pricing is fine. In comparison, when eBay notices that your item is particularly high in price, they will send you a notification like, hey, you know what? This item typically sells for this much. Do you want us to lower it to that? And you can say no. And then if it doesn't sell for a little while, they'll send and say, hey, do you want to drop this like $15, $5, get to... But they won't actually force the price on you, whereas Amazon does. Now, what is this particular email I got about? Well, it's going to sound silly, but it was about erasers. I'm dead serious, it was about erasers. You see, I actually sell a fair amount of supplies in bulk. And I have a box of like 1,000 erasers. And I was selling those erasers for $79.99. Now, you guys might be asking, well, they're erasers. You're selling for $80. Keep in mind, this is a bulk item, and the whole idea is that you sell them at a store. And if you sell these erasers for 15 to 25 cents each, you will make way more than $80. I pay $45 for these bulks of erasers, and then I sell them to someone else. So, you know, taking into account that Amazon will take probably $10 for their fee, well, that would leave me with $70. And $20 is a pretty good, you know, profit. So I just, you know, that's what I charge it for, because that's what I need to make selling this worthwhile. Well, recently I noticed some other sellers were coming in. They were probably Chinese sellers, and they were selling this item for $60 each. Which, fine, you know, if they want to sell it at a loss, or if that's what they can make money off of, that's fine. I can't make money off that. I'm going to sell for $80. And yet Amazon has been pestering me about this particular item for days now. They say, no, it's too high. This is the average price. And so I've tried lowering it for $5. By $5, I've tried to lower it. And they're still like, no, that's still a pricing error. It's too high. And I've lowered it as low as $72. But I don't want to go any lower than that, because if I do, I will be giving up some real profit. And I'm already giving up a lot. At that price, I'm really only making $8 on each of these boxes. That's still worth it. I'm getting my money back and I'm making some more money, and I'm drop shipping this item anyway, so it's not like I have like hundreds of these things in my garage. But the bottom line is Amazon is determining that because these sellers sold it for this much, well, I have to sell it. And here's the thing, the erasers that I have are American made, so they do support jobs in America. The other items, they might be Chinese made. They might be getting those things for like $5 and $60. I can make way more money than me anyway. It's just like this thing. The algorithm cannot properly pick up the nuance that this is signed, therefore it's worth more than $15, but they're going to flag it. Also, since this is a collectible, I guess it's okay to sell this for a lot of money, but who knows. So it's just frustrating. An Amazon system is that you can send an email to a special email address about this particular situation, but trust me, I have sent emails to this thing and I have gotten canned responses every time. It takes less than 10 minutes. They send a canned response that, hey, guess what? We still think that the price is incorrect. So at that point, and here's the thing, they not only flag it, they remove it from the site. They don't even just warn you about it. It's like, no, we believe you're charging too much for this, so we're going to take it off the Amazon website. And it boggles my mind that they even can do that. And granted, Amazon does some draconian things with their store once in a while. For example, most people cannot sell DVDs, CDs, or Blu-rays anymore. You can sell VHS still, but for the most part, media objects, you have to get approved. You have to give them all this really sensitive information about where you're getting your product. And the reason this was done was because years ago, when they were trying to negotiate lower costs for DVDs and Blu-rays, several of the studios, including Warner Brothers, came up and said, okay, we will agree to sell you these items for less, but you've got to kill the used market, and that's how they do it. I do not know anyone personally, and I know a lot of people who sell on Amazon who have never been approved for DVDs and stuff, and I have to move that pretty much exclusively to eBay at this point. And during the holidays, unless you're like an authorized seller, if you're selling any toys or anything, those things are coming off the site until after the holidays. I don't really know why, to be honest. And you know what? That's fine. I get around those things. I don't agree with them. But this whole thing where they're notifying me of high prices and trying to determine what I can sell my product for and what I need to sell it for so that it's fair to their customers, I think is wrong. It's wrong to put that restriction on me. And the thing about their buyers is that if it's too much money, if they don't think that price is worth it, they will simply not buy it. Trust me, one of the downsides to selling stuff on Amazon is I get emails all the time from people who say, that's too expensive. Will you sell it for this much? Usually the answer is no. And then they'll say, oh, I just found it cheaper anyway. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you found this really rare product that I'm selling. Like my favorite was someone was trying to get me to lower a penny arcade lithograph I was selling. It's like, oh, $600 is too much money. Why don't you sell it for $200? And I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. Like, oh, I found it for $50, and it's like, you found this item that only 750 of them exist, and most of them are in collectors' hands already for $50. No, you didn't. No, you did not. It's amazing what the buying public thinks sometimes. So, yeah, anyway, that's my rant. But what do you folks think? Have you ever had to deal with this? Do you agree, disagree? I would love to know. So, comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping this channel run smoothly. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.